לראות אותך.
איך ירושלים מהממת.
זה עיר יפהפייה, ואיזה מזג אוויר קיבלנו.
מה זה, מפנק?
Shalom, Yom Yerushalayim Sameach. We are here because, like many other holidays that we celebrate, me personally, I have no idea why we celebrate Yom Yerushalayim. So I invited my brother Shani to explain to us why are we here and why do we celebrate Yom Yerushalayim.
In November 30, 1948, when the War of Independence ended, Moshe Dayan, the commander of the Etzioni Brigade, and Abdallah Atta, the commander of the Jordanian Legion, drew a line in the middle of Jerusalem, a ceasefire line between the troops. And this ceasefire line divided Jerusalem in its middle, between Israel and Jordan. And where we sit right now, this was the no man's land between the two countries. Look at it today, and you can only imagine that after 1948, for 19 years, this area was full with barbed wires, landmines, walls, and all kinds of barricades just to avoid people from crossing from one side to the other. For 19 years, Israelis had no access into the old city to get to the Temple Mount, to the Mount of Olives, or to the Western Wall, to the Kotel. Did you know that after those 19 years, when the IDF engineering forces came here to clear the mines, they found more than 30,000 soccer balls that flew both from the Israeli and the Jordanian side?
My brother! What's going on? So happy to see you.
Guys, for those of you who don't know David and I, we were on our first delegation together, Long Island, 7 years ago.
7 years.
7 years ago. We stayed with the Silverstains, who we love so much, and we miss you. And I decided to give you a call because I don't know Jerusalem, and even more, I don't know people who grew up in Jerusalem. So it would be an honor if you can show me the streets.
אז אני מתרגש להיות כאן איתך. באמת חבר שאני מאוד מאוד אוהב. אתה מחזיר אותי לילדות שלי 15 שנה אחורה. זה המקום העבודה הראשון שלי. מה שאתם רואים פה זה הברים של ירושלים. פה מגיעים כל ערב, בבוקר זה סגור, אבל כל ערב, הכל פה שולחנות בחוץ, מוזיקה, הומי אדם, בירות, כל הצעירים של ירושלים. פה ממש ברחוב הזה הם פורקים פה, מתחברים פה, מכירים פה, כולם מכירים את כולם. ירושלים, כמו שאתם יודעים, זה העיר שחוברה לה יחדיו, זה העיר של כל הדתות בעולם. יש פה הכל מהכל.
We are at the Mount of Olives. What an amazing place. The Mount of Olives is used as a Jewish cemetery and has been for over 3,000 years. It holds some 150,000 graves. In fact, it has been used as a burial location for Jews since the biblical times, including the burial location for some of the most prominent biblical kings. In 1948, after the Arab-Israeli War, the War of Independence, an agreement was signed between Jordan and Israel to establish access from the Mount of Olives. There was 19 years of annexation where Jordan was control of the area and Israelis were not permitted to enter to Jordan and therefore unable to visit the Mount of Olives. During this time, when the Jordanians ruled the area, around 38,000 graves were destroyed, and the area was developed with roads, which also destroyed many burial locations. Can you imagine that in those 19 years, people just stood on high rooftops on the other side of the city, on the western side of the city, holding binoculars, trying to find their loved ones' graves, just to say the Kaddish on their yortzites? It's truly unbelievable. And it wasn't until the Six-Day War in 1967 when the land went back to the Israelis. You can only imagine how moving and how symbolic it was that from the top of the ridge, from the top of the Mount of Olives, Lieutenant General Mordechai Gur, during the Six-Day War, he was the one commanding the paratroopers brigade. And those troops that penetrated into the old city of Jerusalem and he's sitting on the top of Mount of Olives, and he's broadcasting the famous words, "The Temple Mount is in our hands," or in Hebrew, "Har Habayit Beyadenu." Sitting here at the ammunition hill, Givat HaTachmoshet, on this old army vehicle, between the pines and next to the trenches, it's almost unbelievable to think that 54 years ago, one of the most bloodiest combats, battles in the IDF history happened right here. Imagine, guys, these paratroopers with full gear trying to walk through these very narrow trenches, pitch dark, shooting from everywhere. The Jordanian snipers are sitting on the hill, shooting at them. They have to go very low. If someone's falling, he's just falling down wounded, and everybody must just pass him, go above him, and continue moving forward towards the great bunker, the big bunker. This is the main mission, this is the main task. They know that once they will blow up the big bunker of the ammunition hill, this battle will be end. But till then, the walking is very slow. The sniping is above them all the time. Grenades are being thrown into the trench. Very hard fighting, very hard conditions. And this is how this battle moves on.
פה פשוט היינו נפגשים, ברחוב הזה זה היה מקום מפגש שלנו בירושלים. תודה לאל, כמו כל דבר, הכל מתפתח, בניינים עד לשמיים, העיר נהייתה יפה שאין מה לתאר. היום אני עובר פה, אני לא מזהה את המקום שאני הייתי בו, זה לא היה ככה. היה שונה לחלוטין, אבל ירושלים, האוויר שלה תמיד יישאר אותו אוויר, והרוח של האנשים תמיד יישאר אותו רוח, אז כמה שלא יבנו וכמה שלא ישנו, להיות ירושלמי זה משהו עמוק בנשמה.
We are now walking through the streets of the Christian Quarter. Would you believe it, Ohad, that between 1948 and 1967, Jews were not allowed to walk through these streets? It's unbelievable. Ashkara. For 19 years, between 1948 to 67, Jews could not come to the Western Wall, till the 1967 Six-Day War. Think about those paratroopers. After 2 days of fighting, after losing their friends in the battlefields, some of them were wounded, coming for the first time in their life to the Kotel. Such a moving event, such a strong event. Blessing שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Rabbi Shlomo Goren, the chief rabbi of the IDF, is blowing the shofar. They are singing together, Jerusalem of gold, Yerushalayim shel zahav. What an amazing event it was for them to put a note for the first time at the Western Wall, at the Kotel. From this place, from the Kotel, from the Western Wall, I'm sending you a blessing of Yom Yerushalayim Sameach. We are waiting for you guys here in Israel, here in Jerusalem, to come visit us again. And I wish you all לשנה הבאה בירושלים.
ממש בנקודה שאני ואתה עכשיו יושבים, היה הפעם הראשונה שפגשתי את נועה. הם באו כמה חברות מצרפת, ונועה שאלה את חברה שלה, תגידי לי, מי זה החתיך הזה? הוא פנוי? ואז חברה שלו אומרת לה, לא, יש לו חברה, אבל אל תדאגי, יש לו אח תאום. אז היא פנתה לתאום שלי, אני מקבל טלפון מהתאום שלי, אומר לי, בוא, דחוף כיכר ציון, אני מסדר לך משהו מעניין. הגעתי, פגשתי את נועה, ופה אנחנו כבר ביחד 13 שנה. חסדך גדול עליי, כי חסדך גדול עליי, והצלת